On Thursday, I was live streaming. I was on Crossfire. I was planning on just doing a webcam stream, meaning I wouldn't show gameplay, I wouldn't show anything that I'm watching on stream. I kind of just wanted a webcam stream. During the stream, I go downstairs to see who entered my house. It was my mother, home early, and when she got home she told me that my granddad's health has deteriorated. He went to hospital on one of the Mondays. I don't remember what Monday it was, and after she explained to us and asked us if we wanted to go up to Yorkshire in the UK to go and see him, after she asked me that, I came up to the room, and shortly after I ended the stream abruptly, and then I shut down my PC really quickly thanks to the Advent keyboard I have. I powered down my PC within seconds. It is a very useful keyboard when it comes to forcing something to shut down really fast. And I'm not gonna lie, I did cry. I have the first time that I cried was in this room that day, on Thursday. I just came up. I wanted to turn off my plug socket because I don't like leaving the plugs on my PC, because I'm kind of like I need everything off when I come off of them. But yeah, it's not looking good. When I first got up to Yorkshire, to the York Hospital, I saw my granddad. He shook our hands. He said he said look after your mother to me, and he asked if I was okay, and I stupidly said yeah, you. Asking a cancer patient if they're fucking okay. The next night I went to go and see him, and what I saw, he just didn't look good anymore. What I saw was he wasn't all there. You could see that he was still breathing. You could see that he was still alive. But after seeing him like that, because with my nan, when she died, I didn't go and see my nan because she passed away in her sleep. But with my granddad, I actually saw him in the hospital struggling. He's still struggling as we speak. He's still alive, but he's struggling to stay alive. You can see that he's suffering when you look at him. So yeah, that's what I've kind of been dealing with. I've been crying in the hospital. I cried in my bedroom. I don't tend to cry, I don't tend to show my emotions, but it hasn't been easy. First time that I knew that I ever had emotions was coming back into my bedroom, and I just came up to switch my PC off, and I just started to bawl my eyes out. And I've also cried into my uncle's kitchen. That was where I had a choking episode about almost 2 years ago. So yeah, my granddad almost outlived me, but he's not going to. When my uncle went down for, I think it was Costa Coffee in the hospital, I think he mustered up the strength to do this, wipe his eye. But yeah, when I went, he couldn't, my mother already said he couldn't see me because of the drugs he was on, but he can hear. The reason why I would sign to him if he was okay that night, is because he has hearing aids, so I wasn't sure if he'll hear me. I wasn't expecting to get teary-eyed in this stream, because but it's hard to explain. You can see when you're trying to explain somebody suffering and struggling and you can't do anything about it, it actually sucks. The only reason why I'm talking about it is because it helps to talk about. I've been doing too much crying. At least now with this stream I can see what I look like when I cry, but I've held it back together, I think. I wasn't thinking that I would cry, but it is what it is. But I'm gonna have to look after my mother, because that's his dying wish. Not wasting time on the internet anymore is gonna be the answer. Don't wanna stream anymore, don't wanna record for YouTube or upload on YouTube anymore, don't wanna do TikToks anymore. Social media means nothing to me anymore. A human life is a lot more valuable than these fucking numbers that people get online. The streamers that pretend to care about each other only care about them and like that person because of their follower count, their viewer count. They don't really care about that person personally. And that's the fucking truth. But yeah, I'm gonna have to see who will take me, who will accept me for who I am. No company has done that this far. They've always booted me out. But I'm gonna have to try some way to get with somebody that will actually have respect. No company does, but I'm gonna have to do what I have to do just to grind. Because I can't just sit in this bedroom thinking about the negativity, the bad stuff that's happening. But I can't just sit here wasting my life away. Like, I'm not retired yet, I'm still young. I need to find somebody that will have me, take me, give me minimum wage, fuck it, give me £2 fucking an hour. I don't care anymore. Money's not an option. I just need something to do with my life. Because I want to look after my mother like my granddad told me to. He's always said that though. He said that before he was even dying. He's always said, oh, look after your mother. It will just feel like, I don't think I will cry when he's passed away. I will feel relieved that he's no longer suffering anymore. I don't want him to suffer. We all suffer on this earth. We'll suffer through our whole lives until the day that we die. The only people that don't suffer are the ones that probably have a strong mentality. People who don't care don't value life, probably. I used to always say if I ever get a terminally illness, I don't want any treatment. But seeing how my granddad has been, it's made me think, I don't want to suffer like that. If I can do anything to stop it, I will. But yeah, I don't care if you think that I'm not crying enough. Like, what? I can't force my emotions. I'm not this fake person. I'm only human at all times. Whether I cry or not, it is what it is. I don't care about what anybody thinks of me anymore. Your opinion doesn't matter to me anymore. Family is more important to me now. Now that I've seen what's happened to people that I love. It was different for my nan because I didn't see her in her dying days. But for my granddad, seeing him in such a fucking state hurts. I've got a favourite memory of him though. How excited he was when we went to Tenerife in 2019. My nan was already dead at that point. She died in 2017. And now it's 2024. Time for my granddad to go. Coming with terms with it. But the first time that I saw him, I think that's the most that I've cried in my life. Second and third time wasn't as bad when I was crying because I'd already seen him at that point, but seeing him for that first time, knowing that he can't speak, he can't do literally anything anymore. It's like my granddad, it's like my mother said, she said, he's no longer my father anymore, he's just a body. True. He's no longer my granddad anymore, he's just a body. He's barely keeping himself alive. Like I said, I'll be relieved when I get that call, or when my siblings get the call. It's called coming to terms with having to let somebody go. I just think a lot about my uncle because he was funding the house for his parents. He bought himself a house, and then my nan and granddad were struggling financially. He took them in, knowing that that house he's gonna walk back and that house is gonna be empty. That hurts as well, because I am really scared about what's gonna happen. Is he gonna feel lonely? Is he gonna commit suicide? I hope not. If you think about it, doesn't hurt as much as it hurts him inside. He's literally had his parents around him for his whole life. I've only had my mother around me for my whole life. I'm not too big on my dad's side. I mean, I have one more nan, and that would be my dad's mother. My mother's mother and father, they're going. He's going, she's already gone. But the excitement that he had when we were going to Tenerife 2019 is something to remember. I just hate crying, especially in public, in hospital. I cried as soon as I saw my mother walking towards me. I just couldn't hold it in. I'm a bit stronger now. I can hold it in a lot better, because everything that I've seen the worst. I've felt the worst. It's made me stronger. But yeah, I'm gonna look after my mother. Mark my fucking words. I ain't coming off of a website, a job search website, until I've got a job. Until I've got that interview that will stick. I've made mistakes in my life. I've been in and out of work and I kick myself. I should have kept those jobs, but I couldn't. Things always fucking happen to me. I guess that's it. Because maybe it hurts it even more knowing that I had a shield in front of my mother and my uncle. That was their parents, human shields, meaning that if they're still fit and healthy, my mother and uncle will still be fit and healthy. But now that one's going and one's already gone, it feels like I'm gonna lose my mother as well, and my uncle. And I don't want to lose them. I can't handle another funeral, but I have to go to one. Probably during February. But I've seen him. We've all said our goodbyes. My brother was trying to contemplate one night if he should go and see Grandad before he passes on. He just couldn't. Too emotional. He didn't want to see what I've already saw. So weird though. My nan and granddad both dying of the same things, and that is cancer, is fucking weird. You'd think they'd both die of different things, not the same. That's it. I think the next time that I'll stream and play video games, I think before I get a job, and then after that, retirement. Because I'm not going to stay unemployed forever. And I can't, the way that I'm feeling at the moment. I don't want to. I want to. The privilege of having a job is that you've got something to keep you busy. I've got nothing to keep me busy, so I don't think about bad thoughts anymore. So I need to get into work and just let Jesus take the wheel, basically. Just live life through autopilot like everybody around me has been living. I don't care if I've got vertigo, I don't care if it kills me, I don't care how many disabilities I have. I don't care if I feel demotivated because of one of my disabilities makes me feel that way. I'm gonna go fucking hard. And it's not with streaming, it's not with YouTube, it's with real life. Because this means nothing to me anymore. It's just a distraction from, and it's making me a lazy cunt. It's a distraction from the real world. And it's making me lazy. I want to do 12 hours Monday till Sunday, never out of work, because when you're out of work you think about bad thoughts. So I need something that will keep me 7 days a week, so I don't become a lazy cunt again. So no days off. I need something like that. And the law can go fuck itself, because I know that law tells you they can't have you working every single day for 12 hours, because I guess it's inhumane. But I don't give a shit anymore. I just need something. I need to get away from everything. At some point we're gonna take my uncle back to Tenerife. My mother has already said that, because he needs a break from everything as well, including work, because he's had sleepless nights and he's going straight back into work once my granddad passes. So he'll need a break. He's gonna be fucking exhausted, but he's gonna go hard, and I need to go even as hard as him. I know what I want to do in life: cleaning, retail. They're the two jobs that I've settled for. I've done in the past, and I would quite comfortably do for the rest of my life. The only reason why I'm not still in retail is because my fucking immune system made me fucking ill one night. So that fucked me over, because I had to tell my manager that I couldn't make it to work because I was physically ill. Next time I'm physically ill, I'll just say fuck it. That's my mindset at the moment. Fuck everything. I used to care about what happens if I collapse. Fuck it. If I collapse, I collapse. But I want to do stuff until I collapse, until I die. While this heart is still beating, I need to get out there. I think losing people in your life just brings you this motivation to do something about your crummy life. Make your life better. Stop wasting your days behind a computer screen. Behind a Xbox controller on your phones, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, on TikTok. No, we're all better than that. We all need to get off of social media. Because what's more valuable than social media is your family. Once they're gone and you wasted all your time on social media, you'll look around and be like, shit, I should have spent more time with them. That's how I feel right now. I wish when I was 17 I was spending time with my nan instead of going out getting drunk. Oh, that was 18, sorry. I do have my regrets. I wish I spent more time with my nan than smoking weed, drinking alcohol, doing dumb shit all the time, hanging out with friends because you value friends more than your family. Shouldn't be like that. Friends come and go, family is forever. Nobody realises that. Social media is not important, your family are. Is your job more important than your family? No. You can always find a new job, you can't find new family members. And I know you might be thinking, what about a wife and having kids with that wife? Still not your true family. Your true family is your mother and your father. Once they're gone, that's why you have a wife, to keep you company so you don't get lonely. This negativity is all over social media. You get people that randomly hate on you for God knows what, whatever you did wrong, I don't know. People decide who they like and who they hate, and we all care about that. It's just a number on your screen. They are all strangers, they're not in the same country as you. Some may be, but they're not in the same town as you. Some may be. That's a mystery. That's the beauty of the internet. You can meet people and it's your mystery friend. But I'm back in my blanket hoodie there. I'm gonna enjoy my life though. Because I was so blind before. Now I'm awake. I can see that social media isn't everything. I've been too addicted to this shit. I've been too addicted to video games. Maybe that's why I've never been good at working, maybe. But those jobs, they're all easy to me. Cleaning is an easy job. Retail is an easy job. What I used to do unboxing. I used to unbox things, stick it on rails and separate men from female clothing onto different rails, putting them in sections. It used to be chill because I'd be on my own, no humans around. I'd love it. I'd love that. I used to love the lone working, just staring at a wall, just getting on with a fucking task, mind-numbing shit. But then I got ill, I lost the only job that I'll ever love. But you learn from your mistakes, and also that side of my town I did not want to work in anyway, because I was afraid that my mother would get into a car accident taking me to work in the morning, because that road is fucking horrendous. There's accidents that happen on it all the time, and I didn't want my family to be a victim. So maybe that's why it didn't work out, because I was uncomfortable with the working area. Who knows? But so maybe it was for the best that I'm no longer working there anymore. But I need a retail store that isn't on a dangerous road. Kind of like one that's close to my house. Not too far, so it's walking distance, but yeah, I'd like to work at one of those stores. It's a retail park, so I'd like to work at one of those stores, because it's close to home. That's number one. But number two, it's safe, pretty much. It's safe. No car accidents, because it's like, yeah, it's quite a safe road. I like it. Also, my mother wouldn't have to take me to work. So if I get called in at 12 p.m. when she's in the office, I could just walk. Don't have to interrupt her to come and give me a lift. Some days in retail, it's crazy. I think if I had to pick one job, cleaning, because retail is so random hours, it's fucking horrendous to work in retail. It's great that I didn't have to deal with customers, but the actual like rota, I think that's kind of what another reason that my employment came to an end there. I enjoyed the job, but burnout sometimes, because we had an upstairs and a downstairs, and I think I did 3 12-hour shifts all in all back-to-back days, and I think that's what contributed to me feeling ill after that. And before I felt ill, I felt burnout. I was seeing signs of burnout, like I was just exhausted all the time. I was snappy. Unfortunately, I ended up ranting to my mother that I didn't want to come in today, and then I just mustered up the courage to step inside that store. So cleaning is pretty much the same. Cleaning is pretty much the same hours, so I prefer cleaning. Hopefully 9 till 5 is what I would like, but that's only because all my family work 9 till 5 jobs, most of them, apart from the one that works in hospitality and the other one that works in retail as well. So yeah. But for me, I think I'd be comfortable doing cleaning all day. And when I don't have something to clean, who am I kidding? You always have something to clean. Just find something to clean. I've also washed the dishes this weekend. One of the first times, I'm kind of lazy, I'm not gonna lie, but one of the first times I washed the dishes this weekend, and that is because it got on my nerves that they were still on the side. So I was like, we are watching a movie and these dishes are still here, so I just took over. So kitchen portering, because of my attention to detail, I don't know if I do that really good, because I do not do it fast, but as long as they don't rush me, I guess, then I can become a kitchen porter. And I think that would be 9 till 5 pretty much. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. So yeah, that would pretty much be 9 till 5, I'm guessing. Just want a 9 till 5 job like some of my family members have. So all that I want in life. Is that too much to ask for? 8 hours? But at the same time, it's like I want to be doing 12 hours every single day of my life. So I don't have time to sit down and think, eat dinner or watch television. So I'm just constantly on the grind. That's where I want to be. And when I turn on my laptop, I'm praying that there are some pretty decent jobs, because I don't want to settle for warehouse work. If I have to, I'll have to. Like my granddad said, I need to look after my mother. I'm gonna do it. My mother will be looked after at some point in her life. I'm in my 20s. Once I turn 30, I've got 10 years to look after her. And then when I'm 40, I'll probably have to look after myself. So 20 years to go, just over 20 years. Yeah, it helps talking about things. I wasn't going to stream tonight, but I just thought, fuck it. Like, don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow, because I think I've got some family members that don't live here coming over, not from Yorkshire, ones that live in the area too, that we've been in Yorkshire with. They're gonna make sure that I'm okay while my mother isn't here. She's still at the hospital in Yorkshire. So they're gonna make sure that I'm not just breaking down and that I'm doing okay. And then I think my mother might be back by Wednesday. I don't know though. Once my granddad passes, she'll have to sort out the funeral stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that's gonna go into it. But yeah, other than that, other than the obvious, it's been kind of like exhausting, and it's very confusing for me at times, because mood swings, having something that, like, in your brain, a chemical in your brain, fucking up your mood swings. It's like you just don't know what to think at any time. You don't know whether you should laugh about the good times, think about the good times, or cry. Because sometimes I have a laugh about my nan still, and I think those jokes sometimes may be insensitive, but it's what makes me cope, I guess. Keeps me coping. Because it's kind of like you're treating them like they're still here. But I'm not gonna do too... I think I've been too, like, a bit stupid with my jokes at times. I think I need to tone them down now that my granddad's gone. Well, he's not gone yet, but he's going. It's what it is though. It's it will be relief though. He's still suffering right now, but at least when he's gone, the suffering will stop. As hard as it is, at least I know he won't be suffering anymore. I think we all make insensitive jokes at times, especially when we're on the internet. People will make jokes about cancer, 9/11, and you don't know who's watching, you don't know who's lost family to 9/11. So just be a bit more nicer. I've seen a mixture of jokes. That's how I know that some of them have been cancer, HIV, AIDS. There's been a lot of really bad tasting jokes out there. I was going to bring a photograph of my granddad up here that we've got in the living room, We've got about 2, but I didn't know if I got emotional how I'd react, because people do stupid shit when they're emotional. So I don't know if I'd accidentally tear it, so I didn't want my emotions to get the better of me, because it's our memories of him. He didn't like cameras, so can't wreck them. So not having them in my hands is the best, because I can just look at that direction where his photos are and just think of the good times and this bad time that we're in. But you just have to keep moving in life. It's been frustrating because you feel like you're crying for no reason, but you know the obvious reason is there. I get I think because of my disabilities, they'll push the bad thoughts in my head to the front. So when I cried in Yorkshire Hospital, they're going to be like, I'm going to feel embarrassed. It's nothing to be embarrassed by, but I'm kind of a bottler. I try to bottle up my emotions. When I'm outside, I try not to talk a lot to people, because I don't want to offend them and get assaulted. That would be a fun time. So mostly I just say yeah. When anybody tries to talk to me, I just say yeah, whether I'm listening or not. It's just my thing. It's just like, yeah. One of the best things that I've ever seen when he's been in this state though, he can control his body though. I know that for a fact, because I would, when his sister would talk to him in his ear, he'd be like, A, and I could see the expression of he can't quite hear you. So I saw that. We all saw that. So he still was there. And when she asked something, probably I don't know. I don't remember what she asked, but he went like this, kind of like, what can you do? It's life. So it was something to do with, are you okay, or something, or you'll be alright. I think that's what she said. And he went. And the most amount of strength that I saw him do was like when they said that my uncle was gone for a Costa, rubbing his eye. Like I said, I hated leaving the hospital though. Not because I was leaving my granddad, but because of a guy outside shouting his friggin' mouth off, saying, "Oi, come here," at somebody. I don't know who he was talking about, but he was just shouting and screaming about something, having a right rant, and that scared me, because I've got anxiety. I get anxious, so that scared me. I'm not gonna lie, leaving the house is a friggin' task for me. That's why I hide in my room, but now I will have to leave the house a lot more for work once I get it. And I don't need to rush myself because, like I say, once I turn 30, I still got 10 years to work, or even 20, 30, 40 years to work, so got plenty of time for me still. But it's a fact of being with one company. You have to choose that one company, and when you're in work, you still get these notifications from the job site saying, "Oh, we would like you in for a job interview today." And I'm like, I've already found work, motherfucker, go away, bruh. So yeah. But I've been okay though. I've been okay. It's just very exhausting at the moment. But I told myself that if my mother was going to rush to Yorkshire, I wouldn't go with her. But I did. I'm a bit more human than just not going up. And I'm glad that I did. If I didn't go up on Thursday, I would have saw him in the worst state. At least going up on Thursday, I was able to talk to him, shake his hand like he wanted us to. Because that was a way of saying goodbye. And then the next day when he deteriorated, you couldn't, you couldn't speak to him unless you were in his ear, but he couldn't answer you back. It's been since Friday since he hasn't been able to speak, and he's been on so much medication that he can't see. Couldn't see us. My mother just told me just to wave at him, but the first time I cried because I saw his eyes. I actually, his eyes looked like, because he couldn't keep them open for long, and I felt like he was going to pass away in front of me, and I didn't want to see that. But I do have regret. After I think it was the third time that I went in and that I cried, I didn't go back in because I could hear his breath getting weaker. And I thought he was going to pass away in front of me, which I didn't want to see. So the last time that I went in was the third time. After that, I haven't seen him since. And everybody kept on asking if I was okay. Like, my granddad's sister asked if I was okay, I said yeah. My sister asked if I was okay, and she doesn't normally care. She doesn't normally friggin' ask that. I said yeah. But as time goes on and you listen to his breathing more and more, you just start crying. Because when you hear your family members breathing, getting weaker and weaker, it just makes you cry. My advice is, once you've seen them the night before and they've talked to you and shook your hand, don't go in when they've said that his health has deteriorated again. Leave it at that, because what I saw after that was pretty much traumatizing. It was like looking at a corpse. It was like hearing a corpse breathe. Don't do that to yourself. He still looks like my granddad though, but he's just not a conscious version of him. Very unconscious. I don't know how people can be so heartless though. Stabbing each other, shooting each other. That's somebody's family member at the end of the day. Somebody's gonna have to visit them in hospital. Somebody's gonna have to see them pass away. You need to be more kind, I think. I get why people aren't that kind to each other, because of obviously sometimes our emotions get the best of us, and getting angry is the worst thing that can happen to a human being. Emotionally, that is, because anger is just a waste of time. You get angry at somebody and then you have to say sorry, you have to apologize. And anger can lead to doing stuff that you will regret. You kill somebody, life in prison. Rightfully so as well. I wish we brought back the death penalty. People who kill each other don't deserve a life, as far as I'm concerned. I put the webcam low because I was going to plan on starting doing streams from my bed, without you actually seeing my bed, because that's kind of like the mystery I like to keep away from the world. Because I showed someone a picture of it before and they disapproved of it, and I got bullied for it. And that is because I have a few stains on my bed that are where my feet are. Where my back probably lays is a few stains. Yeah. And that's on the mattress, so I can't just stick it in the wash like you can do with a sheet. Mattresses can't fit in the wash, so that's mission impossible. That's mission impossible, man. Good luck trying to get a mattress into a washing machine. But yeah. So, I think people would be better off not following this channel anymore. And that is because I won't be here on the internet. I'm gonna, for the next few days, I think my mind will be set on number one, getting a job, and number two, so I need to find work. That's goal number one. Number two, trying to not think about things while I'm waiting for work. With the power of music, I can do that. Music cures a lot of bad thoughts, and it shoves them away, for me anyway. Need to get on games before I get into work, and when I retire will be the two places that I'll get on games. But social media is just a distraction from life, so social media has to go. Makes people lazy, makes you too comfortable on your days off as well. I walk around, when I went to Asda Living, a retail store, you go in there, nobody's looking around, and most of the time they're on their phones. Where then I go to other stores like Sainsbury's, you do find people that are looking around a lot more there. But I guess when it comes to a clothing store like Asda Living part, because you got George and then you got the other stuff upstairs, they kind of know what they're looking for basically, or maybe they've got a picture on their phone. But even in staff rooms when I used to work in retail and cleaning, people would be constantly texting on their phone, and that's probably to their family members, so I get it, but I'd never do that. My phone used to always go into the locker. I'd sit down with my watch on, just looking at my wrist, watching some TV that's in the staff room, and just staring at my wrist. I'd literally be like this with my wrist out, just glancing at the TV while I'm waiting for work to start. Yeah, I'm an early bird. I hate being early because it's a lot of waiting around, but best to be earlier than late. And that's why I think some companies like me. Maybe. They didn't like me in the end though. But when I do work, I do have a work ethic that is amazing. When I worked in retail, they used to say how fast I was and how I'd learn really quickly. With cleaning, I did make mistakes my first time doing a cleaning job because it was my first time. So they'd point out, and this was when I was a hotel night porter, they'd literally be shadowing me, and they'd be like, you haven't cleaned the toilet properly, can you just redo it real quick? Because there's like what I call blind spots on a toilet bowl, which is usually on this side of you, where I am now. This side of the toilet bowl where you would be facing the toilet bowl to throw up or something, or in my case cleaning it. There'd be shit there, so I had to clean it over. And after that I knew to check those parts of the toilet bowl, because I thought, it's easy, just stick some friggin' bleach down the toilet and then use the brush to clean it. Yeah, make mistakes as a human being, but I've learned from those mistakes. It's like when I used to mop, I used to be slouched over the mop. They said don't do that because that hurts your back if you do that all the time. They said keep your back straight and just do a figure of 8. So once I knew that, I actually wouldn't do the figure of 8 thing because I would have my own way of mopping. My way of mopping is side to side. So, and if I see a dry part, I would redo it. And even if it has dried by the time I've done other parts, I would literally just redo it. Try to keep it wet, to keep it clean in my mind. And sometimes it would take me longer to mop than to do hoovering. Hoovering is easy. You see glass broken around bar areas as a hotel night porter. Hoover them up if they're not too big. If they're too big, then you have to get a dustpan and brush. Just brush it. There was one thing when I first started hotel night portering that I learned that I wasn't doing. Hoovering tiles, because I thought you just mop the tiles, but no, if there's any leaves on it, you'd be mopping over the leaves and that would stick to the mop. Then you'd have to get it out of the mop, so you just have to give it a quick hoover. And then before you hoover, you'd wipe down the tables as well, and before you do that, you'd do the public toilets. Public toilets was my number one priority, because do the worst first, because obviously, but before I would clean the public toilets, I would be vacuuming the most time consuming part of the hotel, the restaurant. So I'd hoover that first, because that would take me ages, because it was a big fuck off fucking restaurant. It was like, god damn, can fit a whole friggin' football stadium front row in here, but yeah. So I'd hoover the restaurant. Then second thing I'd do is the worst task, which would be the toilets. and then you'd go into the toilets later to obviously mop the toilet floor. So yeah, and yeah, it's quite chill. The reason why I came out of hotel night portering, they wanted me to do bar work, and as far as I was concerned, I was just a cleaner, and I struggled on the bar because I wouldn't know where everything is, so I'd be spending ages to look around, and customers would be getting frustrated because it would take me so long to find something and to do the purchasing side of things as well, which I wasn't till trained, so I was struggling on that side of it as well. I think one night I almost overcharged a guy. He had a go at me over it. If my company doesn't fucking train me on the till, how am I going to know, like, to do shit? I think it worked out in the end though. I think my manager sorted him out, but it took way too long. He was literally drinking a free pint before I was able to process the purchasing. So I felt like shit that night. That was the last time that I did hotel night portering. I told them I'm not coming back after that customer just yelled at me. And I was crying my eyes out. I was in such a state. Because it felt like he was going to jump the counter and beat the hell out of me. So I really rushed to the staff room that night, but in hindsight I shouldn't have done that. I should have just did the back offices where the public can't go. We had back offices that I could have done, and I now kick myself for it, but oh well. I'll find something better, something that I don't need to go on the bar for, something that is literally strictly cleaning. Strictly cleaning, that's what I want. But yeah, I don't know if I've ruined my chances, but I was in touch with a company before Thursday about cleaning an office, like office cleaning. Don't know if that fell through yet because I haven't checked my emails. I just literally got home, took off my coat, went to use my water floss because of I had some stuff stuck in my teeth from previous nights and I couldn't get out with my toothbrush. When I would brush my teeth really good, I would be spending way too long in the bathroom trying to get it out, but nah, it took a water floss to get it out. What a water flosser is, you press a button, it sprays water in your mouth. It's quite powerful to knock food out of your teeth, so it's pretty useful. But yeah, it's pretty useful, the water flossers. But yeah, it's been a difficult since Thursday. Hard to it's hard to deal with, but I've dealt with the worst. Now it's just the addition to the worst, and then that's it. That's negativity over in my life. Onto more positive things. But yeah, never take life for granted in this world. Too many of us do. I've been taking life for granted. Never again. I think I'm going to spend more time with my family rather than on video games as well. That's another goal of mine. But yeah, the next job that I do, hopefully, so yeah, what happened with that office cleaning job, I went away on Thursday. So if they wanted me to come in for a job interview, I don't know, I haven't read my emails. I might have ruined my chances again. Yep, that's me. Always ruining my life. meh. But yeah, this was a kind of a dark stream, but I think I'm thinking normal again now, a little bit. So yeah, I just wanted to start off the stream talking about my granddad and what's happened. But yeah, it got me emotional, pulled myself out of the emotional part. Now I'm back to normal. Yeah. So yeah, I need Indeed. Indeed I do, basically. Get me a fucking job that I can do for the rest of my life, man. Because once I get another job, mark my words, I'm staying there. Don't care if I'm about to collapse. Don't care if the floor's coming towards my face. I don't give a fuck. Get me in a job. And if you need a cleaner, I'm your guy. As long as I can walk there. Because I don't own a car. So if you're in the same area as me, I could literally have a bag of stuff, of cleaning products. Do it door to door, maybe. Door to door cleaner. £10 an hour though, because that's minimum wage and it would be illegal for me to do lower than that. Don't want the cops to come to somebody's house to arrest me because I'm not giving myself enough money, or my customer isn't. Wouldn't that technically be my customer's responsibility to make sure that I'm not breaking the law? So yeah, it's his fault, officer. Arrest him in his own house. I'm off home. Like, see ya. But with that being said, you're not gonna see me again, let's be honest. Not unless I'm old and grey and I'm bored. So you might see me when I'm 80. When I'm the same age as my granddad. 80-ish. Like, I think he's over 80. So yeah, I will be a boomer the next time that I go live. Because now I'm focusing on other stuff. Because social media is a waste of time. Goodbye. It is what it is.